So guys, good morning from the Arboretum Garden Centre. We're going to do a little live today, just a very quick kind of chicken dish on the Weber grills. So we're going to do a simple chicken souvlaki, which is a Greek kind of street food dish. Really quick and simple, very easy to cook. A lot of questions I get is how do you cook chicken on the barbecue safely without kind of poisoning somebody. So this is the ideal kind of dish to show you. We're going to be cooking on a Genesis gas barbecue, but you can see around us we have various other models of Webers, including the Smoky Mountain Smoker, a kettle barbecue. We have one of the new Spirit Smart barbecues, and we also have the new Weber Traveller portable barbecue. So we're going to talk a little bit about them later on, and the difference between gas and charcoal, etc. Also here in the Arboretum they have the full range of Weber accessories as well. So towards the end of the live we'll just go through those accessories and just explain what I would call my kind of top 5 essentials when you're first buying a Weber and if you're new to barbecuing. So just on with the dish, I suppose. First of all, we have the chicken marinated. Okay, so chicken's marinated. I'd usually marinate this for a minimum of kind of 3 hours, but generally no more than kind of 10 or 12 hours. And the reason being is there's lemon in the marinade. So if you marinate it for too long with the lemon zest and lemon juice in there, you're going to end up kind of pickling or curing your chicken. So I'd kind of do this about 3 hours before my guests arrive. So with the chicken, what we did is we took our chicken fillets and we cut them in half lengthways. Okay, so or widthways, say. So that's your whole chicken fillet, and basically your butcher will do this for you. Okay, just take your knife and cut open and all the way through, so you get 2 pieces of chicken out of 1 fillet. Okay, that's going to cook in 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Okay, so you're going to cook it very quickly. It's going to be super moist, it's not going to dry out, and it's virtually impossible not to cook it all the way through, to be quite honest. So that's our chicken. Now in the marinade we have a little bit of olive oil, we have some chili powder. You can use chili flakes if you like. I have some ground cumin, some ground coriander, some dried mint, which is fantastic in marinades, and some dried oregano. Also a little bit of cinnamon, just about 1/4 of a teaspoon of dried cinnamon, and a little bit of salt and pepper. Now you can see there's not a lot of oil in there, and the reason we haven't used a lot of oil is you're only going to waste it. Okay, so when you're marinating you only need enough oil just to literally barely cover your ingredients. Okay, I'd often marinate them in kind of a Ziploc bag, which is quite handy. You always oil the food that you're putting on the grill as well. Okay, a lot of people make the mistake of oiling the grill, and if you put oil on your grill, that's going to fire up straight away, flare up, burn, and it's gone by the time you put your food on. Okay, so I'd always oil the food. So if I was just doing plain chicken, I'd just brush each side of the chicken with oil, or if I'm doing a marinade, the oil is in the marinade. So that's ready to go straight on the grill. So like I say, 3 hours minimum, no more than 10-12 hours, and you're ready to go with that. It's also a great marinade with lamb as well, so if you want to do lamb cutlets, it's really works well as well. Okay, so that's our chicken. We've made something here called souvlaki. Okay, and what souvlaki is, again, is a Greek style yogurt, kind of a sauce or a dressing, really good with fish and chicken. And all that's in that is basically some grated or chopped cucumber. I tend to take the seeds out of the cucumber, so cut your cucumber in half, scrape out the seeds, otherwise you find your souvlaki can be a little bit watery. And now in all fairness, the chef's here prepared this for me, so it's brilliant, and it is quite nice to make it a few hours before you're going to use it to let the flavors kind of mature. So what we have is our grated or chopped cucumber, some chopped mint, and some garlic, Greek style yogurt, salt and pepper. I like to add a little bit of honey to it sometimes as well, which is quite nice. And then we're going to serve some salads. We have some chopped tomato, some finely sliced red onions, some lemon wedges, which we're going to serve with the souvlaki, and I tend to char them on the grill a little bit, which is quite nice to kind of do a little charred lemon juice. And we have some lovely baby gem lettuce. Pita bread we have here, and we're going to finish that on the grill when the chicken's ready. So you can see what we're kind of making here is a kebab. Basically it's a kebab, okay, almost like a doner kebab. So really quick, easy, really popular with everyone that I've ever cooked this for, to be quite honest. So we're going to cook this little dish. I'm just going to explain the 2 grills. So gas grill, we're going what's called a direct heat for this particular dish. So what a direct heat is, you can see I have all of the burners on my gas barbecue. So whether it's a 2 burner, a 3 burner, a 4 burner, a 6 burner, you have all the burners on. You can see that barbecue is reaching a really, really high temperature there of about 280 degrees centigrade, which is what you're looking for. That's direct cooking, all of the grill on, okay? I'll explain it on charcoal in a second. You use direct cooking for anything generally that takes less than kind of 12 to 15 minutes to cook, generally, okay? So you're talking about minute steaks, you're talking about chicken escallops, you're talking about maybe small pieces of fish and prawns, etc. So that's direct cooking. Now the biggest mistake people make on barbecues is they use that method of cooking for cooking everything. So they have all the burners on, then they put their chicken legs on, and what happens is you end up with those black chicken legs that are bloody in the middle. Okay, so anything that takes longer to cook, let's take chicken legs as an example, that will take about 25 to 30 minutes to cook through. You're going to use something called indirect cooking. And what you're going to do is, on gas, on a 4 burner, you're going to turn off 2 of your burners. Okay, that's going to bring this temperature down to about 180 to 200 degrees centigrade. Your food is then going over the unlit burners. Okay, so the heat is basically coming around the lid of the barbecue. You got this convection effect, and that's going to cook your food through. So if you want to bake cakes on a barbecue, if you want to do bread on a barbecue, you know, we do lovely chocolate cakes and stuff on the classes that we run here, and that's indirect cooking. So you're basically using your barbecue like an oven. And once you learn to indirectly cook, there's absolutely nothing that you can't cook on a barbecue. So think of roast chickens, roast legs of lamb. Okay, leg of lamb in the middle. If it's a 2 burner, 1 burner off, this burner on full. Okay, if it's a 3 burner, turn off the middle burner, these 2 on. Lamb in the middle. Okay, so your food goes over the unlit burner. And once you master that, you can literally cook anything on a grill. I'll explain the charcoal one just very briefly before we start cooking. So with this charcoal, you can see we have a really high temperature again of 290 to 300 degrees centigrade. How we've achieved that, it's about how much fuel you have in the barbecue. So easiest way to light your fuel is a chimney starter. Plenty of videos online to explain how to use these. But basically this goes onto the grate of your barbecue, okay, onto the bottom grate, couple of fire lighters underneath, and you fill this with your charcoal. You light the fire lighters, within 20 minutes, 25 max of briquettes, they're ready to use. You then tip them onto your grill, okay, onto the bottom. A full one of these, of charcoal, of the chimney starters, will give you that high temperature of 280 to 300. If you use half a chimney, so this here, you'll get your temperature of 180 for roasting your leg of lamb, okay? And it's just a case then of moving the charcoal to the sides of the barbecue, and your piece of meat goes in the middle, okay, your chicken or your leg of lamb, and that's how you cook indirectly on a charcoal grill. But we're going direct grilling. What's quite good with charcoal, I find, if you leave a little cool zone here where you've got no charcoal, if you feel your steaks are burning, okay, you just sear them. If you feel they're, you know, burning and they're not cooked to the degree you like them, you just move them to this cool zone here. Okay. And just remember, Weber's all about lid down cooking, and we'll explain more about that when we put the chicken on the grill. So that's cooking on charcoal. You know, gas versus charcoal, which do I prefer? It really depends what type of mood I'm in, to be quite honest. I think there's something lovely about cooking on charcoal. It also depends on your budget. Okay, the cheapest option is generally charcoal. When you go to the gas barbecues or the gas grills, they're usually more expensive. So, right, what we're going to do, we're going to cook this chicken now. Nice hot grill. You can see there's no smoke, okay? Same with charcoal. There's no smoke on that grill when we open the grill. What's going to create the smoke is putting the food onto the hot grill. So you need to cook with the lid down. Weber's all about lid down cooking, okay? If you don't keep the lid down, your grill's going to cool down, okay? You're not going to get that smoky barbecue flavour, and you're going to get those flare-ups, which is going to burn the outside of the food. So when we put this food on the grill, yeah, we'll get a few flames, okay? Then we're going to close the lid, and that's going to capture all the smoke in the barbecue, and that's where you're going to get the barbecue flavour from whether you're using gas or electric. Weber do a range of electric grills as well. So what we're going to do with this, very, very simply, take our chicken, we're going to do some on the charcoal as well, over the direct heat. Now you can see we get the smoke. Now people often ask me about food sticking on a grill. A couple of reasons food sticks. You can get that smell. Fortunately, you can't smell it on Instagram Live, but we're getting that beautiful barbecue smell. So with food sticking to a grill, the reason food sticks generally is you haven't got any oil on the food, okay? Secondly, your grill isn't hot enough. And thirdly, you're trying to turn the food too early. So you need to make sure, you know, your food will lift itself from the grill when it's ready to, basically. If you try and turn that too early, it's just going to stick to the grill. So we're going to give that 2.5, 3 minutes max, okay, on each side. Same with the charcoal. One question I often get asked is, where do you find the lid hanger on this particular grill here? If you look for the vent, that's where the hanger is, and it just hangs on the side of your grill, okay? A lot of people are trying to find the vent and drop in the lid or find the hook. So just look for the Weber vent, and that's where the hook is. Exactly the same with charcoal. We're going to take our chicken, no smoke until we put the food onto the grill. Smells divine, like. Yeah, it really does. It's a great. This is what I'd call a kind of real go-to kind of dish that I'd cook very, very often. Now, so people often ask me about how long do you cook chicken for, or how do you cook anything for. You don't really cook by time, you know, you cook by temperature. So what we mean by that is chicken, 75 degrees centigrade, core temperature of the chicken in the middle. So we're going to check this chicken with our little probe. There is different probes, Weber Connects, etc., iGrills that we'll go through later, but this is definitely my number one essential when you buy a barbecue, is a little probe, okay? Turn it on, make sure it's set on centigrade, not Fahrenheit. We're going to put it into the thickest part of the chicken, and what you need to remember, 75 staying alive, okay? Bee Gees had a hit, 1975, could staying alive, okay? So if you remember 75 staying alive, that's how you know it's cooked. Steaks are different, but you know, you cook a medium steak to say 58 degrees centigrade, okay, in the center, and then take it off to rest. Now, we're going to look at our chicken. Okay, we're going to give it a little turn. You can see all the smoke that comes out, okay? And just give it a turn. We're going to give it a second longer. It's sticking a little bit. So we'll just leave it. You know, we've got plenty of time. Be patient with it. We'll check the charcoal one. Okay, so again, now that's ready to turn. That's quite quick actually. Now we'll give it a little longer. Get a bit more char on it, okay? You can see it's still kind of not cooked there. Another thing is why barbecues often stick as well is people often clean their grills with Oven Pride and Mr. Muscle and stuff like that. We're going to just very briefly show you how to clean your grill afterwards, okay? You don't want to put any chemicals on the grills. They basically acquire a non-stick coating eventually by themselves. So if you start cleaning them with chemicals, you end up losing that. Okay, so we're going to give this one a turn now. Smells really good. You get that lovely barbecue smell. Okay, now turn it. Stuck a little bit, but it's fine. So we're going to give it a nice turn. And then we're going to stick our probe in and just have a look at the temperature. But you can see actually, it's almost there. You know, it's not a million miles off. Okay, so let's give it a turn. We've got lovely char markings on there. Now, we're going to take the thickest part of the chicken, pop my probe in, and it's going to give us a reading. So we're at 51, 52, okay, degrees centigrade. So another, I'd say, a minute and a half and that's going to be ready. So really, it's about cooking by temperature, not time, is your best option when it comes to grilling. Pork and chicken, 75. Nice and simple to remember. Okay, again, lid off. We're going to give this one a little turn. That's lovely. Okay, again, nicely grilled. Again, that's going to be at about the same temperature. Lovely smell. So we're just going to leave that, and that's going to come off in about a minute and a half, I'd say. Okay. Now, the beauty of lid down cooking as well is you can cook any time of year. So if you look at the country that barbecues more than any other country in Europe, it's Copenhagen. They barbecue a huge amount of days a year. Where in Ireland, I think the average is less than 3 days a year we barbecue because we blame the climate. But we actually have a really good climate for lid down cooking. So you should be barbecuing all year round, guys. I mean, Christmas dinner, everything should be done on you. So we got some pita bread here. What you can do with these are actually nice and moist actually, but sometimes you buy these and they're a little bit dry, so I just brush them with a little bit of water before I put them on the grill. So when our chicken comes off, we're just going to literally put this on the grill, maybe 30 seconds on each side to warm it, then we're going to split them open and serve it, okay? So very, very simple. Like I say, try prawns. Prawns, again, depending on the size of your prawns, usually around 2 minutes on each side, but again, fish 58 to 60 as your temperature. It's perfect. Okay, so chicken's nearly there. So I'm just going to take my pita bread and just kind of split it. It's not always the easiest to split, but if you make a little incision, it usually just splits open for you there. A little pocket in it, okay, like so. And that's basically what we're going to put our chicken in with our salad and our souvlaki over it, and that is your chicken souvlaki. So I'm going to take this chicken off because it's smelling amazing, and I'm pretty sure it's cooked now. So we're going to show you the temperature again. So you can see now, if you look at the temperature, we are at 65, 67, 68, 70, 73, yep. So look at that, 81. So we're there, okay, that chicken's ready. So I lift that off, just let it rest for a minute. I'm just going to pop it onto my board. We'll show you how to clean the grill afterwards. And the smell is just divine. And by using a probe, what you're doing is you're not overcooking the chicken. People have this fear of cooking chicken, they totally overcook it and it becomes dry. Now I'm going to leave that grill on as well, on full blast for cleaning afterwards, and we'll explain that in a while. I'm just going to pop our pita bread on, so just onto your grill like so. I normally leave the lid open for that because I tend to forget it, okay, so I'd often say now again, hang your lid on. So we have this beautiful chicken here. I'm going to check that when I get it to the board. I'm pretty sure it's cooked, but we can check the temperature to make sure it is. Now, I'd often just even serve this with like a Caesar salad or some mixed salad as well, if you don't want to go to the hassle of making the tzatziki. Now, pita bread on. Yeah, pop another couple on. Feed a few of the staff here. It'd be nice. So pita bread just split. Okay, and you see we're just going to toast them a little bit on each side. You could put one on the charcoal, and then we're going to serve it. So we have our tomatoes, which are here. Okay, they've actually taken out the seeds and chopped them, but you could use cherry tomatoes. Okay, it's nice to take the seeds out. We have our onions. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some lemon wedges and just pop these on the grill as well, just to kind of char them, which is quite nice. So if you take your, if you're serving them with fish or whatever, I quite like to sometimes just char the lemons. It gives that juice a kind of slightly sweeter flavour because you're caramelising the lemon. So I think that's quite nice, and it looks good if you want to impress your guests. Okay, so yep, fire away. Absolutely, you can char lettuce. You often see charred Caesar salad on menus, so you can char lettuce. Now, I'm not a big fan of it, but if you are going to do it, you'd literally take your baby gem lettuce. I can show one. I'll do one. Sure, we can do one. So basically, if you even just pull off the outer leaves of your lettuce, okay, and cut it in half, you can put a little bit of oil on it. Leave the butter of the lettuce on so it stays together. And that can just go onto your grill. So some people like that, to char it. Yeah, you can. It's a bit of a trend sometimes, char grilled Caesar, stuff like that. Okay, so we got our lovely pitas here, which are warm. We just need to chop a little bit of lettuce. So I'm just chopping it. And we'll serve that little charred bit on the side. So absolutely, it's everyone has their own tastes of what they like and dislike, and so there's no, there's no set rules with barbecuing or grilling, really. I think you can kind of serve whatever you like. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that into a bowl, and then we're going to serve this up. So very, very simply, all we're going to do is shred up the chicken. Take our little lemon wedges, and just need them to go a little bit more charred, maybe. Just leave them on. Just so you know, the briquettes as well will burn for 3 hours. Okay, so the briquettes, compared to lump wood you'll get usually about 45 minutes to an hour cooking out of lump wood. With briquettes you'll get the 3 hours. Okay, so we're going to serve this up, then we're just going to talk a little bit about cleaning grills, etc. So we're going to take our chicken, we're just going to shred it up, and what you'll see is it's beautifully moist, okay, and white and not pink, and You've let it rest there for a few minutes, so it's very, very easy to cut. And you see it's just beautiful. And a lot of that is we haven't overcooked it. You can see the juice coming out of it there. Okay, so a probe definitely of some description is the way to go. Okay, now just going to give my hands a wipe. So we're going to serve this in our pitta. Just going to give the lemons a little turn. Okay, now they're nice now. So nice little charred lemons. We got our little bit of charred lettuce there. Someone was asking for as well, if you want to try it. And then we're just going to fill these up. So we're basically going to take our chicken first into our pitta. Okay, so chicken in. We're going to fill them all. Again, like I say, serve it with whatever you like. I often serve this in a baguette. And you know the par-baked baguettes that you buy in the supermarkets that you bake yourself, you can bake them yourself on the indirect heat on the barbecue, okay? So you can bake your baguettes before you start. And this is very economical as well when you make this, because you tend to get one portion out of, I'm just going to tidy up a little bit here. You get one portion out of half a chicken, okay? So we've just got a little board we're going to serve this on. So we're just going to take our, look, we'll serve the charred lettuce. There's your charred lettuce there, someone was asking, okay? So if you want to do your little charred lettuce and do your charred Caesar, actually looks nice on the board, so good suggestion actually. And we have our lovely little kind of charred lemons here. We're just going to put a couple of these on the board. I would recommend using tongs, not your hands, by the way. I suppose I have asbestos fingers at this stage, but you want to be a little bit careful. So we got our lovely charred lemon just going on the board. So that's just to basically squeeze over. Okay, we're going to fill our pittas now with the salad. So we're just going to take some salad. So I like to kind of maybe go some lettuce first. Okay. Some tomato. And our thinly sliced red onion. So again, we're just going to finish them with the tzatziki. I like to put the tzatziki over them, but some people like the tzatziki, you know, to be on the side, and people help themselves. If I'm often doing this for a barbecue, I'd have the chicken cooked, you know, the pita bread's warm, everything done, and then let people make their own, you know, their own pittas. So again, your red onion, I'm doing it in a different order every time, but it smells good. Okay, so we got that. And then we're just going to take our tzatziki and just literally spoon it over, or you can serve it on the side. I like a good dollop of it. I think it's what almost really makes these, to be honest, is the tzatziki. And if you want a lower fat option, you can obviously use your low fat yogurts, stuff like that. Okay, just do that there. And that is pretty much, I'm not going to get another one on the board, even though I have another one here, but look. So that's your chicken tzatziki, okay? So we just served it with the lemon. Very simple. One is enough for one person, to be quite honest. And you can see how quick that's ready, literally in minutes, okay? So hopefully you'll give that a go, guys. If you have any questions as well, you know, put them up on Instagram or etc., and we'll answer them for you now. So that's them. Pretty easy, like I say. Try some different meats if you like. I'll just take these off, so move them to the side. Okay, so what we're going to do, just very briefly, is just talk a little bit about cleaning grills, and then just explain the difference between some of the Weber grills.
I actually have a question.
Yep, excellent. That's brilliant, actually. I can't answer that. I think it is, but I don't want to say it too loud, you know, so we'll see.
Nobody heard the question.
Yeah, so I just got a question there, guys, of whether it's coming home or not on Sunday night. I hope so, but yeah. You know, if Ireland were playing, I'd be following Ireland, because I most of lived in Ireland longer than I had back home. But look, we'll see. You know, I think it'll be a tough game. But thanks for the question, Karen, anyway. Okay, so what we're going to do, guys, I'm going to talk about just cleaning grills very quickly. Best way to clean your grill, everything hot, okay? So when you finish your grill at the end of the night, everything hot, leave it on, or you can fire up the grill next time you use it. You're going to take a wire brush, and you're literally, everything carbonizes, and you can see everything just comes off the grill like so, okay? And that's it. That is cleaning the grill of your barbecue. Every 4 or 5 cooks, lift everything off, scrape all the grease, etc. into your drip tray so you don't get a grease fire. But that's it, a wire brush, okay? Same with charcoal. We'll explain the outside briefly. So we're just going to take the charcoal, same thing. So, you know, quite often I do this the next time I grill. You know, I put the grill away dirty, next time fire it up, and you can see how everything just comes off, okay? And that's literally it. Every 4 or 5 cooks, scrape the pan of the barbecue. The outside, I tend to use hot soapy water and one of the cleaning sponges, which have a rough and a smooth side. They're very reasonable. I think they're €3 each for €3 for 2 of them, something like that. That's what I do the outside with hot soapy water. Then Weber do a range of enamel cleaners and stainless steel cleaners if you really want to polish up your grills. I would only recommend using them. I wouldn't recommend using Mr. Muscle, Jif, anything like that, okay? That, you know, these are designed for the grills if you are going to use them, okay? So that's basically cleaning your grill. Very, very simple. So that's cleaning. Just going to talk about the grills that we have set up here today because, you know, people often don't know what they're looking for, etc. So kettle grills, okay? Your basic charcoal grill. Come in 2 sizes, 47cm and 57cm. There's also a very small Smoky Joe, which is very, very small as well, a portable one. A lot of people start off with the charcoal, okay? Very versatile. Direct and indirect cooking very easy. Keep the lid down. I'd personally go for a 57. I think a lot of people go for 47 and then upgrade to a 57 in a couple of years, okay? So charcoal, you know, very simple to use. Chimney starter, definitely to light them if you are buying charcoal, okay? Then we go into the Smoky Mountain. This is solely designed for smoking. It's not used as a grill, just so people are aware of that. If you read reviews on smokers, this actually comes up really, really good, okay? It's a water smoker. Comes in 3 sizes as well. I think it's 37, 47 and 57. Yep, that's 47, yep, centimetres, so you can get a bigger one as well. 47 is a great size, you can do your turkey on it, etc. So just to explain what a water smoker is and what a smoker is, okay? First of all, you have 2 layers, 2 shelves, okay? So you can do 2 levels of smoking, okay? There is a water bath in the bottom of this smoker, which has to be filled with water. Now what the water does is, the water does 2 things, okay? It keeps the temperature of the smoker consistent at 100 to 125 degrees centigrade, which is your ideal hot smoking temperature, okay? It also keeps the food moist. Now what I particularly like about this smoker is because it's so tall, your food is a long way away from the heat source, which is set in the bottom, which I'm going to show you now. And that basically means you're smoking the food, you're not grilling the food. Some smokers, you know, the food is too close to the heat source. So basically you set your fire up in here, and there's different methods of setting up charcoal for how long you want to cook. You know, myself and Fergal were talking about beef brisket earlier, and he'd set up something called the minion method. I'm not going to go into that because it's, you know, it's all online. But how you set up the fuel determines how long you can smoke for. So if you use, say, something called the snake method, you can smoke for about 12 hours before you have to top up the fuel. So basically, fuel in the bottom, wood chunks in the bottom, basically, water on top, and you smoke away. It's a great piece of kit, you know, and smoking, it's a slow cooker, so you're not going to cook anything quickly in this, okay? It can be used as a slow cooker without smoke as well. But that's for your brisket, your ribs, you know, I do my Christmas ham on my smoker, which is absolutely fantastic. And just a few features of it. You know, you can open this little door here and refill your fuel as you're cooking, etc. There's a little hatch there so you can see it. And you can refuel as you're going, okay? So that's the smoker. We saw the Genesis in action. So the Genesis would be the top of the range gas. Pretty much there is something called the Summit as well, but great grill. Okay, couple of new ones have come out of these recently. The new Genesis, brilliant. You often find that people go for a cheaper gas grill and they're upgrading to these in a couple of years, to be quite honest. And just to explain the size of the grill you need, okay, if you compare one hand to one person, so what we mean by this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay, etc. So if you can get 20 hands on that grill, you can cook for 20 people on that grill. Okay, so that's how you determine what size you need. This is a 4-burner, comes in a 3-burner as well. That's their kind of premium gas grill. There is a new model out now, the smart grills, that we'll go through briefly. But brilliant piece of kit, huge range of accessories available for them, including the grilling barbecue system. Center comes out the grill, and this is where you put all your woks and your pizza stones and your waffle makers, etc. Okay, so beer can roasters. So really versatile piece of kit. My favourite grill, actually, to be honest with you, out of them all, and the one that I'd use more of. Just to give you an idea of size wise, okay, I have a 3-burner one of these, and I've actually done a wedding for 250 people on it. Okay, because you've got such an even height across all the areas. Okay, so brilliant grill, brilliant. So that's the Genesis. Now Spirit. Yes. Excellent. Brilliant.
When cooking prawns, is it best to skewer before or after cooked? And you may repeat that.
Okay, so someone just asked there about cooking prawns. Is it best to skewer them before or after cooking them? Before. Yeah, definitely before cooking them. Now, the other way, fish is tricky, okay? So, great way of cooking prawns. Just while we're on prawns and fish, wood planks, okay? Soak them in cold water for an hour, put them onto your direct heat, wait till they start to crack and pop, put your prawns onto the wood plank, then move this to the indirect heat and let your prawns cook on the board. Brilliant way of cooking fish, okay? But if you are going to skewer them, and I would recommend skewering them if you're cooking them on the grill, because otherwise they fall through the grill. So skewer them before you cook them, absolutely. Yep. So,
okay.
Yep.
And Barbecue Life Ireland are asking, would
Yep.
you use briquettes or lumpwood with the WSN?
With this, okay, I tend to use, that's what I was talking about, the smoker. I would tend to use briquettes myself, okay? Because I've found,
Over lumpwood, you may have
I would use briquettes over lumpwood in this personally, because, you know, look, we're talking about Weber products, okay? So, you know, I'd be using the Weber briquettes because they have a longer burn time, okay? So if you set this up in the snake method, which I've done myself, okay, I'd be using the snake method with briquettes, and you get around 12 hours of cooking out of it, which is loads of time, okay? So I tend to use the briquettes, okay? So that's the prawns on the Genesis, etc. New Spirit. Spirit is the cheaper of the gas models. There's also something called the Q. This is really exciting. This is one of the new smart barbecues. You can get the Genesis and the Spirit in these, and basically this has a built-in Weber Connect. Okay, and we're going to explain just a little bit about that. The Weber Connect is your smart grilling hub, which basically I would call it almost barbecuing for dummies. Okay, you can't go wrong with this. So how the Weber Connect works is you'll see it on the side of the grill here. You can buy this separately as a separate unit for any grill. You basically download an app, Weber Connect app, okay, and I have it on my phone here somewhere. Now, when you have this app, it works on Bluetooth. It will find your barbecue. So you can see there, Spirit. It tells you the model, the EX, SX, okay? So there is our model. It's telling us the internal temperature of that barbecue is 20 degrees. That's the internal temperature, okay? So probe 1, which is this probe. What we're going to do is we're going to start barbecuing. You can get 2 probes into this, and you've got recipes on the app. So we're going to go red meat. Okay, and we're going to go, let's go black pepper New York strip steaks with horseradish sauce, so a strip loin steak. Okay, you're going to basically start preparation, so it will actually tell you how to prepare the steak, how to light the grill. So it's telling us to do the direct high heat, okay, with all the burners on, or if you're using charcoal, spread out across the whole of it. Next step, okay, make the sauce, basically shows you everything that you need. And insert the probe and place the grills, okay? Place the grill, the meat on the grill. Now, what you can do is, okay, you can actually set this, sorry now, grill temperature. You can set it to what temperature you want the steak. There is a way sign out, just got to see how you do it. You can actually go rare, medium rare, etc. Hold on now, I'll show you now. So we'll just go back, sorry now, let's go back. Anyway, you can set it as, it's there medium, it's set as medium, but you can set it as medium well done, etc. It will then tell you, when to flip the steak. So in 2 minutes, you're going to flip the steak, okay? It will tell you when the steak's cooked to the desired temperature that you want. So it's really basically a foolproof way of cooking steaks, chicken, anything like that. Really, really good. Great piece of kit. So that comes standard with the new SmartBook grills, or you can buy it separately, okay? So that's the spirit. Again, grilling barbecue system, so the center comes out. This one has a sear station, so the more you pay, the more features you get on the grills. But really nice piece of kit. Definitely one to look at, okay? And then finally we have the Weber Traveller, brand new to the market, selling very well. It's a little bit hard to get hold of at the moment, but it's going to be in stock again. So in stock here, yeah, within a month, okay? We're going to have this in stock, okay? So this is the new portable grill. Great size grilling area, first of all, okay? If we go the one hand again, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you're talking, you're going to cook for 12 people on that quite comfortably, okay? Totally portable, and the way it basically works is, first of all, it takes small gas cylinders. But you can buy an adapter, so it takes a small gas cylinder which screws into underneath the grill. You can buy an adapter to rig up the large propane cylinders to it, okay? You get about an hour to an hour and a half out of the small cylinders, but I'd seriously, if you're going to use it at home, I'd recommend getting the adapter. What's so great with this is it's totally portable, so the way this folds up is basically self-folding, and you just literally release that and the grill will fold down, okay? So it's going to fold down, it locks itself, and then you can take it wherever you like, and you can also, which I think is great, store it upright, so it takes no room in your motorhome or your caravan or your shed even, okay? Again, same process to unfold it, just down, make sure this is foot onto the red piece there, and you just literally put it up. So this is, I think it's a great piece of kit, to be honest. Looking forward to getting one of these myself actually and playing around a bit. So that's the Weber Traveller. There is different versions of portable grills. Okay. Yep. So. Yep. So everything is available on arboretum.ie. All the accessories, all the grills, etc. If any stuff is out of stock, it will be coming back in stock. You can place the order online anyhow, and then you're notified when it comes in stock. And that is pretty much it, guys. Yeah.
What's your favourite wood to use? May I repeat this? When smoking.
Yep.
And she says, I find it don't get much flavour from apple wood.
Okay, so Chef Tarrant. Yep, actually, no, Chef Tarrant. So, how you doing? Favourite wood when it comes to smoking? It depends what I'm smoking, Tarrant, okay? Apple, yeah, apple doesn't give a huge amount of flavour, it's quite sweet. I tend to like, we don't have it here, but I tend to like the whiskey chips, okay, which are great for steaks and a quick smoke. I tend to like hickory as well. Hickory I really like, quite strong, okay, but I like hickory with fish, etc. With apple, I mean, maybe try and mix it a little bit, mix some apple with some hickory, etc. So apple would be the mildest, yeah, and the sweetest of the woods, yeah. Yep. Okay. So I'm around now until around kind of 3:30 this afternoon in store. So if you have any questions on anything barbecuing, whether it's what type of grill you're looking for, accessories, just cooking in general, we can't guarantee you'll have any pita bread left, but you can come in and say hello to us anyway, and I'd love to see you. And hopefully, see you all next year running the courses here again. And thank you to the Arboretum for having us today.